Hello, Hojoz here, and welcome back to the 5th season of Cedara fighter competition, specifically the part 3 of flight tests. And today we are starting with a propeller plane. You see, I have two more flight tests to go, part 3 and part 4, and all are going to feature only my aircraft. So I thought I'd start with the semi-serious / meme entries first, and have the remaining 3 serious aircraft feature in the last part of the flight tests. So first of all, you have the HE Formula Winglet with the Formula boat. I can't remember what I've called this, but it's somewhere along the lines of the Formula boat, I'm fairly confident. As you can see, it is, well, a Formula 1 aircraft. It sums it up nicely. I have armed it fairly lightly because otherwise it has issues with maneuverability. So I really didn't have any other choice. I was gonna enter this for PFC 9, but as I said, it was too heavy when armed, so I couldn't really make it work. See then what it's called? Yeah, it's called the HMS Formula boat. I expected something like that because, you know, this is the wing, this is the front wing, and then It's going, of course, against the Charmander, which hopefully will be beaten again. And yeah, pretty much let's start competition from the window 2. See how that takes off. It takes off nicely. Then has this little bit of a doubting moment, but it gets up eventually. So no worries there at the takeoff. As I said, maybe a little bit too heavy for the airframe to handle, but it's doing fine up until now. Time to brake, I see, for the Charmander and fly away from the other aircraft, which means that I'm going to fairly quickly enable all the radars. You know, make sure that that they'll actually fire at the aircraft and the incoming Hellfires. And fairly shortly we'll be beginning with the match. Of course, shouldn't forget to enable guard mode on the boats. I have a tendency to forget that. Not today, as I have now enabled the guard mode on the boats. It is then the Formula Winglet already being engaged with some AIM-120s. Oh no, of course, I completely forgot. It's the Charmander firing its Hellfires first. And it's the Formula boat which responds accordingly. Has some nice fire going on, and there go the AIM-9s on the Formula Winglet. Unfortunately, the Formula boat has been struck by some missiles, but so has the Charmander, as far as I could see there. It is, however, firing at the Formula Winglet. Perhaps the configuration on the AI not so nicely done there by me, because apparently it can't really maneuver that well, which, as I've hinted at, is not really a thing that is not really a thing with this aircraft. Fires all its Hellfires at once because, well, it's pretty much the only shot it has. However, it got struck by 1 and 2 missiles. Looks to be very durable though. Of course, it lost a lot of wing there. The entire front wing is gone and the rear has been struck heavily too. And that's not going to recover. Into the ring it goes. And the Formula boat isn't looking too nicely either. Let's see. The Charmander again. Looks like it wasn't even struck at all by a missile. safe to say that I expected the Formula boat and the Formula winglet to behave better, but it is what it is. Got struck down and the Formula boat got killed as well. Unfortunate, but that's how these things go sometimes. Because then not able to defeat the Charmander, but at least it is able to pass flight tests, so, because it flies and it doesn't crash when flying normally. So that's one approved entry. I'm not going to modify it because you know, time constraints. By now it was actually meant to have finished CFC Season 5, moved on to Season 6, so yeah, time constraints galore. So I'm not going to be able to modify the Formula winglet any further to prevent the issues that you've just seen. But yeah, that is pretty much the first entry gone. As the Charmander and Dutchian win. Let's see how the next one does. Next up then, it's the SSI 9 Fighter Mark II, which if you have seen the video I've made on the post-missile stress disorder, it is pretty much that aircraft. As you can see, a fairly small aircraft, which pretty much passes out as soon as you hit it, which is why it's not a serious entry and which is why it is here. As well, a non-serious entry in the part 3 of flight tests. Let's see what the boat's name is though. It is of course the SSI Square Float, because it's semi-square. It has fired off its Separaton and yeah, pretty much sitting still waiting to be released. As well as the Charmander right now. Let's start the session. Well, everyone takes off nicely. There we go. And the 9 Fighter. It also takes off nicely. It has a slight pull, which means that it will be pulling closer and closer to the Charmander the higher it goes. But apart from that, looking decent. Separating now are the two aircraft. Of course, waiting until they engage. It will be a very short time. Let's see how the 9 Fighter does, which is specifically built for as tiny a possible lock-on range in all directions. And off go the aircraft. I have forgotten to enable the radars, so I'll have to unfortunately miss the beginning of the battle, but not like much happened. Looks like the 9 Fighter had a little bit of a turn issue. Besides that, nothing really happened. It is now the Square Float engaging the Hellfires sent off by the Charmander. Looks like the cooldown on the Vulcans have killed it, however, which is fairly sad. Last minute in 120 will not hit the SSI 9 Fighter, which was supposed to be a parody of the TIE Fighter, but unfortunately the TIE Fighter model never worked, so I went with a 9 Fighter, which is pretty much a square, or well, a rectangle, a flying rectangle. I guess you could call it a flying rectangle. We're now turning to engage the Charmander, however it has a little bit of its roll/yaw issue, and thus the Charmander will be able to get on the back of the SSI 9 Fighter, as the Charmander has fired its AIM 120 and an AIM 9 as well. AIM 120 looks to be missing, as well as the AIM 9. So for now, the 9 Fighter is safe, however the second AIM 9 is coming the 9 Fighter's way. And it misses by a long shot. 9 Fighter will be very happy to see that. Next up then, It will be the 9 fighter trying to turn and engage the Charmander with the Vulcans on board the aircraft, which it has now selected. However, it is, I guess it's dodging the fire from the Charmander, and thus has chosen to not fire on the Charmander and is choosing to turn relatively late here as well. However, when it turns nicely. Has that yaw issue where it just pulls to one side, but apart from that, it's looking fairly decent for the 9 fighter. Despite the square float being taken out, it is again the 9 fighter refusing to engage the Charmander as the Charmander goes for another head-on, which is basically wasting the time of both aircraft. The Charmander now on the back of the 9 fighter, which means the 9 fighter will have to dodge the gunfire coming from the Charmander, which is not that accurate. As I say that, of course, it is gunfire hitting, although it only took out some of the Hellfires. What are you doing? That's fairly dangerous what you're doing there with your roll / pulling issue. Will the Charmander get ahead of the 9 fighter? No, it won't, which means the 9 fighter will have to dodge again because the AI is stupid and it doesn't think that perhaps I could turn towards the Charmander and then fire my guns. Which, well, with the amount of firing the Charmander has done with its Vulcans, perhaps it is raising the question: how much ammo does it have left? That is fairly close to the 9 fighter. Doesn't hit though. The Charmander going in for a closer look. Again with the Vulcans. Doesn't really look like it's going to hit anything. It's almost as if it's out of ammo now. Which would be a shame because it would mean that it's going down on fuel. And it has run out of ammo. Really typical, isn't it? Which means that the 9 fighter will probably be forever space climbing until it realizes that that's not helping, which it has done now, and it's going back down. Perhaps going to try to engage the Dutchman. Oh no, the Dutchman is. I thought I saw some debris on the Dutchman, which yeah. Fairly damaged Dutchman there. Charmander still behind the 9 fighter. Shame to see that the Charmander ran out of ammo, because it makes this fight a lot harder to watch. Speaking of, perhaps we should just initiate a time lapse or a speed up of this footage until one of the aircraft runs out of ammo or the 9 fighter manages to shoot the Charmander. Okay, that looks like the 9 fighter has a chance here. Nah, it's barely not hitting the Charmander here. Perhaps with some more tries it could do something with those Falcons. Looks like the 9 fighter only comes alive in the latter part of the battle, which is of course a very bad thing. Wow. Doesn't really look like it's going to hit the Charmander anytime soon, but it's closer than it has been for the past few minutes. I'll try to line up the Vulcans there again. Simply because of the huge engine issues of this aircraft. Doesn't look like it can make it work. And by the time it's lined up, either the Charmander has turned already, or it's too late to fire. We'll try again then. And you said pretty much too late to fire, because you don't want to fire at a greater range than like 1500 meters or something. Again. Misses. These head-ons are never ever going to produce anything. So I wonder if these aircraft will stop doing them. So, doesn't look like it's going to be stopping now. I guess you could argue that these aircraft are fairly evenly matched. Ooh, coming close. Not close enough. Running brittles and Charmander. Can't way too low there. Come on, guys! And of course, the Charmander has 0 damage. At least, it only has damage of 0 importance. It's only missing 1 wing. It's had a mid-air collision. Should be in pieces by now because the entire 9 fighter has exploded. But no. Durable Charmander over here only lost 1 wing piece. What in the world? Anyway, looks like the 9 fighter is also able to fly. Let's say, well, fight less so, but it's able to fly. And it has also lost from the Charmander. So it's looking to be a very good competition from my side. Obviously not. My sarcasm, such wow. But apart from that, it also lost a bit of fuel tank. Yeah, it also lost a bit of fuel tank. But apart from these non-serious entries, yeah, it's not looking that good for me now this season, now is it? Let's move on to some better aircraft then. Hopefully better aircraft at least. The next aircraft being the aircraft hopefully gets it right the third take. Please, Charmeleon Mark II, A2 and HMS Happy Squirtle, please. Just get this right this time. Really appreciate that. I mean, I can't say really thinks about this being, this Happy Squirtle being a boat version of the base version of the PFC 10 entry of the Charmeleon. But, I mean, what does the witty thing even matter if both these aircraft don't take off, don't separate? which is the issue that I've been having. I just take off this time. And now the Charmander's counter smashed. Yeah, there's definitely something going on here. Okay, now. Seems that we're all happy now. See if they get to 8 kilometers correctly. Didn't go too far. Don't try and fly towards each other as if you're friends. Because you're not. You're supposed to be destroying each other. For our entertainment. As Kerbals normally do. Now looks to be going correctly now. This competition starts. Weapon managers are enabled. And in come the Hellfires from the Charmander. Let's see if the Squirtle picks up on them and fires. The Charmeleon here having a slight bit of a difficult time trying to engage the Charmander, as yes. The Happy Squirtle does engage and engages with success. Charmander now coming in for a gun run, it seems like. As both the missiles of the Charmeleon have missed. It is now time for a gun time on the Charmeleon, which is getting some assistance for its boat. Ah yes, just making all the weight and all the noise worth it. Ooh, that's a hit on the Charmander. That is a confirmed hit on the Charmander. I wonder what damage it has. Some more gunfire coming up from the Happy Squirtle. Happy to support the Charmeleon here. Charmeleon meanwhile having a slight bit of difficulty trying to get turned towards the Charmander correctly. And 4 Hellfires get released at once. And in come some A9s and A120s on the address of the Charmeleon. It's actually the boat helping the Charmeleon trying to take out one of the missiles. Yes. Yes. Another A9, and no, it's an A120 coming towards the Charmeleon. And again, the boat is trying to take out the missile. How's that for some anti-air support? Ah, brilliant stuff this. Ah, yes, yes. Charmeleon then having a slight bit of a difficulty engaging, but its boat is doing all the work for it, so not sure if it's that annoyed. Wow. Oh, it hits! It hits! It hits the missiles clean off. So that actually makes for a better maneuvering Charmeleon. Perhaps the Charmeleon did that on purpose. Surely trying to engage its Vulcans now. Yes, it is trying to engage its Vulcans and it is trying successfully. However, no hits on the Charmander. They're now out of range of the Happy Squirtle. Oh, it looks like the vertical stabilizer has also been taken out. Not the control surface though, only the vertical stabilizer itself. Charmander firing, and it is now the Charmander as well. Ah. You see, these head-ons are not good for the aircraft, because these head-ons make for aircraft, well, not hitting each other. Perhaps that is because I'm only doing one aircraft versus one aircraft. There's also some of these head-ons, and that's what's making these competitions decidedly worse. Perhaps that's what I should be fixing in CFC Season 6 when I possibly do this again. Wow, get it turned, get it turned. So close at the gunfire. Ooh, it hits. No explosions though. Charmander on the back of the Charmeleon. However, the Charmeleon uses its supreme dodging ability, supreme maneuverability to get back the Charmander. Like that. However, again, the aircraft, the AI is too scaredy pants to actually engage. Whoa! It's going to be rather close. Falcon's firing, but no. Again, does not choose to pursue an attack. Yeah. Head-ons, man. Ooh, this is not a head-on though, on the back of the Charmander. Firing. Rolling. Charmander getting out of range of the guns. Now, however, because of the turn, getting back, Falcon's firing. Nothing. Again, nothing. And it is the Charmeleon losing its stability because of the lacking vertical stabilizer. Let's see what the Charmander is missing. Oh, it's, of course, it's only missing its missing. That's what the Happy Squirtle hits. Happy Squirtle still bouncing around. I'm so glad that I knew the Happy Squirtle because, well, it's very obviously Happy Squirtle. Wow! Wow, that was fairly close. Again, the stability playing part though. You can see that yaw vector going all over the place. It is not being made easy for the Charmeleon. Wow, getting very close. It's getting so close, but it's never hitting. Come on guys, we have to decide this battle sometime. Charmander out of ammo. And the Charmeleon has enough. They're just gonna kill it, it's enough. Wow. How did that not hit anything? It was so close. Again, turning back to Charmander. Wow. Not hitting anything. It's having that stability issue, isn't it? And it's also suffering because of it. Again, trying to fire on the Charmander. Nothing hitting. Yeah, it's that vertical stability, isn't it? It's the fact that it's lost its vertical stabilizer. It is just hampering its aim ability and hampering its ability to hit the Charmander. However, we finally have some damage. Going back at the Charmander. Ah, nope. Again, nothing. And then turning back on the Charmander, firing, and again, nothing. Yeah, it's really struggling with that vertical stability. Simply the vertical stabilizer having been sniped off by the Charmander early on, causing some issues for the Charmeleon. Wow. So, for anyone watching, if you're playing against the vertical stabilizer of the Charmeleon, you're set. Wow, just look at the sheer instability on this thing. Holy shit. And then it just recovers and it fires on the Charmander anyway. It's so nice to watch. But then again, it doesn't hit because that vertical stability is not helping at all. I have suspicion that it's overturning slightly as well. So, yeah, it's really not made easy for this Charmeleon. Fairly close. If you fight the Vulcans now, surely? Nope. Again, it's pulling up and then it's just pulling up too much. And then, yeah, it's not doing anything. And there goes all of the ammo. And there goes all of the fuel as well. Fuel is gone on the Charmeleon. Happy Squirtle still bouncing around. And it's 67 more units on the Charmander. To fall down basically. Is that the Charmander surely is going to try and re-engage that Happy Squirtle. Going to try to do a guns run because it doesn't have any ordnance. Does a guns run, it gets hit by the Happy Squirtle. It has been quite the battle though. Fairly evenly matched aircraft. Although I do like the Charmeleon more in terms of looks. I wonder though what is causing this sheer instability. As I hinted at, perhaps it's overturning. Perhaps I haven't adjusted the fuel correctly. Let's just turn off Charmeleon. Make the Heavy Squirtle a more tempting target for this Charmander. Engage. Perhaps then we can have a winner. Again, just tumbling down. Braking actually. Hold on a second. You'd say that is deployed, but it's really trying to counter its yaw stability issue. Happy Squirtle still bouncing around. I love this Happy Squirtle. And yeah, that's not much left of the Dachshund. It's completely been annihilated by the Charmeleon. Come on, Charmander. Get tempted by the... Okay, I'll just do it myself then. There we go. Just get interested in that Happy Squirtle. Just meet your demise already. No, I think we can determine that the Charmeleon wins anyway, because the action is gone. Should be doing that, should actually be fuel saving. Let's get it like 4 kilometers, perhaps then it's interesting. There we go. Oh, it's still trying to engage Charmander. No. I guess I'll have to make sure that you need to have a Squirtle myself. And then before you enough So I think we have a Squirtle gun switch now. Oh yeah, now it's yeah. There we go. There we go. Fitting end to this Charmander. It's been a rather annoying Charmander. Hold on a second. Charmeleon is still in the air. I think that's just a tribute to how much wing surface this thing has. It's still in the air. It is at like 1100 meters too. That is just impressive. That's mighty impressive. Anyway, I think we can determine that the Charmeleon is fit for this competition and should be entering. For our final trick up our sleeve, it's the most serious of the semi-serious entries. It is the HZ Idori Mark IV E1. It is a CFC Season 5 modification of the aircraft that got second place in CFC Season 4. Let's see it battle, and let's hope it can do better than the Charmeleon. Well, our final aircraft of today it is, as mentioned, the HZ Idori Mark IV E1. The all-conquering HZ Idori Mark IV platform, second place in Season 4. Let's see how it performs in Season 5 and if it can even beat my control aircraft. Because if it can't beat my control aircraft, that really does show how far I've come in recent months with plane development. Although I wouldn't be proud of it. As you can see here, it is a VTOL configuration for the HZ Idori. It jerks to one side violently. That's a design flaw. I couldn't really fix it in time, but it takes off fine. I mean, if you can go and start a competition now. Let's see the track. You can see the Idori is it takes off. Yeah, There we go. There's the point. Take it off. We're going to take off from it. Takes off. And it's already separated from China. That just shows how much power the Idori platform has. With those, what, 11 engines? 10, 11 engines? It has a lot of engines, which make dodging a mines fairly difficult, I'd reckon. That's going to make it very interesting for the viewer, though. Enabling the radar on both boats, as the Charmander and the Idori are getting into position. 1 kilometer remains. 1 kilometer remains until we can see which aircraft is better, the Idori or the Charmander. Well, last season it was fairly obvious. Mission starts then. It is both aircraft turning and both boats engaged with the weapon manager, the card mode right now. It is the Hellfires fired off, and I have suspicion that we already have anti-air missiles as well in the air. We'll try to engage 9s, and it does both 9s away for the Idori. And looks like it's a bit unstable here. Perhaps it was dodging. Oh yeah. It has a post missile firing disorder issue now. I mean, I thought I fixed that, but I guess it still does that on occasion. Yeah, the Idori is a lot of clipping, so it is to be expected that the Idori has this issue, but I thought I fixed it. Come on. I mean, it's still flying. Oh no, it's going to be really, yeah, it just destroyed itself. But I thought it was fixed. I mean, and the float boat is fine. It's real fine. But I thought it was fixed. Idori, you've let me down. I mean, next episode was supposed to feature 3 aircraft, but I now have an excuse to feature 4 aircraft with a vastly improved version of the Idori. Oh god, I didn't expect that. That wasn't the plan. And then Charmander, let's see if you can get devastated by the float boat. Which you just devastated one of your missiles now. Charmander has to go in for a guns run. It has wasted all its ordnance. Let's see how well this float boat Mark III is. The newest in the float boat range, of course. Being specifically made to house the Idori. Coming in is the Charmander. To have a pretty clear run. There goes the float boat. There goes the AA on the float boat. Come on, hit. We all want you to hit float boat. Please, float boat. Ah. Bit of a dead space there. It's firing again on the Charmander, and it is not hitting. That is pretty unfortunate. As well as the Idori, of course. The float boat functioning is pretty unfortunate too. But on the good side, I think I finally found an issue. Found a solution of the boats not responding. I think I just have to enable the radar somewhere in the battle, and then the boats function fine. Which is a good note to have, also for Season 6, of course. Getting into range then again is the Charmander. That boat will surely be encountering any time. Oh! damage on the float boat. But it was still firing. Ooh, how severe is that damage on the float boat? It can still fire, but it has one gun. Besides that, it's pretty fine actually. Ah, the float boat is still functioning, but barely functioning. But I mean, it does show how durable the float boat series of boats is. Really durable boats. Charmander coming back in then for another one. From the float boat's perspective this time. Then come engage. Ah, that's unfortunate. The float boat has been taken out. Took a few runs to accomplish though. Oh, that is I'm afraid the end of the episode and the end of the Idori. The end of the Idori entry. End of the episode. And yeah. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you enjoyed Charmander this time, taking a lot more victories than usual. Just showing my kind of competency at making aircraft quickly. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's the end of the episode, and enjoyed it. It's bureaucratic. Boys Bob, as you can notice, it's been quite a while since I made a video. Anyway, here's bureaucratic with Boys Bob.